So, I think I'm gonna wrap this up today. It's going on too long. So, if you remember from the last one, these guys developed bombs. They're the big bombs, like the nukes. They developed them, and so did these guys. Already had them, and they spread out. They gave technology to these guys and their allies down here. And now the blue guys do not realize this. The blue guys over here. And then, in an act of aggression and wanting to conquer the whole world, I suppose, they move into the eastern hemisphere and seize these islands back. And this just starts a war with these guys who are in no position to defend themselves really, and they start walking through. But then these guys reform their faction, which has gotten to this at this point. I just think, how do I say this? Alright, so that's their faction, alright? And they quickly invite them to their faction to stop getting too much of a sphere of influence, because there's like the Cold War between them, kind of. But these guys realize they don't have any allies. Say to these guys down south here, say, hey, you don't like these guys, why don't you join up with me? And then we can share all the spoils. And they all say yes, in this little faction down here. As well as these pink guys, who they don't really like, but they're kind of just thrown into the mix. And since no one can be neutral in this world, these guys are forced into joining. And then these guys are actually neutral. They're the Switzerlanders, there you go. That's pretty cool. I wanted to do some of these, I just never did. So yeah, we've got millions of people rushing here to kick them out of the peninsula, but millions did not arrive fast enough. Especially as there's a massive front down here for them to worry about. And this is World War III at this point, I think. Yeah, so anyways, these guys start rushing down here. And then the faction's struggling a little bit. These guys are prepared to do this anyways. Take this. However, there's a breakthrough here that they didn't hold too well. So yeah, they start pushing through there. They start trying to hold them back a little bit. At this point, they capitulate, and the pink guys get this island here, and it's quickly moved in to be liberated. And they managed to liberate a little border area. But the blue guy keeps moving north, starting to knock out the orange here. And at this point, these guys have the nukes. Oh no, what else? I already said at the beginning. My bad. A little siege then, in game. I'm trying to rush this too much. Yep, big offensives in the south. These guys just end up losing control of the entire line, so they're a bit useless through history, as we've seen. Let's say pink's the whole faction moving as a whole, not just the pink guys. There's all these guys in the south here, and they all compile their efforts together, and they manage to get to like here. But in the north, that's a whole different story. And they've somewhat forgotten to defend it, and millions of men just flood across the borders, and they're trying to hold it down, but they don't have the numbers to do so. And then that's what that's looking like. At this point is a naval invasion from over here. They would liberate their body, and they capitulate, but they didn't really recognize them in the first place. I don't care. And they push down here. And at this point they're holding down here pretty well. Some riverline action going on. But yeah, it's where they get to down here. And it's at this point where the first nukes in the war are used. Here. I don't know why I'm speaking like an alien today. I'll be honest, I'm not too locked in. The first nukes are used by the blue guy. No, yes, the blue guys to break a river line here. And then this goes to global headlines. It's just the first one's been used in an actual battle, not just to subjugate some natives. And this course gave them a massive upper hand in the battle, forcing them back a lot. And the grey guys want to retaliate for what they did to the faction. So they drop their own version, so it's meant to be 5, it's not bigger. They drop their own version on their buddy's capital here. And this made even bigger headlines. It's the first time it's hit a massive urban area. And that knocked out a supply line, which is crucial in supplying this front, and then their capital fell. And to retaliate for the bigger retaliation, the blue guys launched one at the capital of this guy. But they were prepared for some sort of retaliation, so it's still a push, but it's not too major, and they fall short of the capital. And everyone's starting to realize we've got to stop this war before it carries into nuclear explosions everywhere. But these guys didn't want invited to the conference down here in the faction, saying we should maybe loosen up on this and tell you guys loosen up on it. And they wanted to, you know, kind of kick him out of the continent. So major port, scorched earth policy, major port, major port, major port, major supply line. And that's just kind of ticked off the whole thing. Because that's obviously a bit far, and then it's kind of ruining this guy's entire country. And then retaliation, and I'll do this in different colours, it's clear. That's what, that's too similar. Yeah, make it bright. So, then retaliation. They drop one there, one of the major supply. Goodness. Okay, we got that colour. Okay, yeah, there, found it. So retaliation, I dropped on the supply line here. Capital here. Capital there again. Another, and then 2 ports here and there. And then from their bases over here. Occupied capital, port, occupied capital, occupied capital. And then ports and supply lines across the whole front. And over here, they knocked out major supply lines. And even managed to get in range a few on the coast up here. And even on their colonial parents who started the whole nation off. So a few thrown back in retaliation. And the thing, massive naval invasion up here because of this, how deorganised they are. And they did pretty well. Yeah, but at this point, it's not looking too good for anyone. And you guys realise if we want to win this, we've got to nuke them to oblivion quicker than they can nuke us to oblivion. So at this point, every major city they're at war with, bang, 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 drop bombs and all of them. Supply line, supply line, supply line, port, 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 port. It's absolutely eviscerating every single one of their cities. Most like culturally significant places just gone, even in their own allied occupied territories. And since the Earth's a sphere, bases over here, that rhymes, started knocking out their port cities in the homeland. And then long range bomber from a carrier, bang, bang, capital. And even down here, which no one expected them to hit, they did. And even a stray one hit up here, poor little guys, even the neutral ones are hit. That says a lot. And then retaliation, you get the message at this point, it's ugly. Everyone's hit. Yep. And at this point, the world is nuclear ash. Oh, didn't I do it? Oh yes, yes, yes. But a new development and recently made by the Grey Guys, for one bigger than the world had ever seen before, and it was deployed on this harbour, and it just wipes out everything there. See the blast radius of that, and at this point, a white peace is signed between the two sides. There's no particular victor in the war because everyone died. The results were catastrophic for all. So the white peace, as it was being planned, as they were about to pull out, and so a coup d'etat happened here, and they got their hands on the big bomb, to ever be seen before. Deploy it, and this is deployed free, and this is designed to cause a rift in like the oceans, and of course, it's not good news if you're on the land, because you know. Moral of the story is, I don't know how to end this, and also war is bad. Pretty epic. Oh yeah, right. I shall show you this. Open sesame. Thank you, my friend. Now alright. Now this is the new thing that's coming out. Very epic stuff. So I'll do a lore video on this, or I already have. But yeah, this is the one I'm gonna start tomorrow, and I've got very good plans for it. Goodbye.